Time having arrived, I call the meeting of the City Council to order for today, April 22nd, here in the City Council chambers. And if you could just please rise and help us with our beautiful flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, councilors and guests, you may be seated. And welcome to our last council meeting of the month of April. And with that, Mr. Clerk, number one, sir.
Yes.
Well, actually, Councilor Azak.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just would like to make a small announcement or presentation. As you may have all seen in the Enterprise, which I believe was one of the best articles I've seen in the Enterprise in a long time, Brockton Kids Road Races kicks off its final season. So I would like to recognize Mr. Dave and Judy Gorman, who are here in chambers with us this evening. They began organizing the kids' road races decades ago to offer children an introduction to physical fitness and to provide an affordable program for families. After more than 700 races, young runners will line up at the starting line for the last time as the annual Brockton Kids Road Races at DW Fields Park begins its final season. After 47 years of doing the kids' road races in the park, they decided to call it a career. The races have been held biannually every spring and fall at the park for decades. The races started as a school program but were dropped due to funding cuts. That's when Dave Gorman stepped in and kept the program going. Dave Gorman, who ran track and was on the cross-country team when he attended Brockton High School, thought he'd take the races over for a couple of weeks. But his two children, Kevin and Kathy, were running, and he didn't want to see them stop. Dave didn't think almost 5 decades later that he'd still be doing this. The 2.2-mile races are held for 8 consecutive Saturdays and are open to children 14 years old and younger. There are 10 total divisions for boys and girls. The cost is only $1 a week. Thousands of children have run the kids' road races through the years, and generations of Brockton, not only Brockton residents. I was there one day, and there was a child from Quincy that had come to run the race. But Brockton residents have participated in many of these races. Some kids who went through the program have become state champions in all scholastics. So at this time, I'd like to offer the Gormans a citation on behalf of my colleagues, on behalf of the City Council. And the citation reads, official citation, be it known that the Brockton City Council hereby extends its congratulations to Judy and Dave Gorman in recognition of their over 47 years of devoted services to the children of Brockton, including raising over $350,000 for the Helping Hands Fund through the organization of the Kids Road Races in DW Fields Park. On behalf of the children of Brockton, we thank you. And be it further known that the City Council extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Council and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Council. So thank you from all of us and from the kids of Brockton. And if you'd like to come up to the podium, I'll present this to you.
We can't get a picture?
I can't answer that, but thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you all the support I got from the Brockton Police and you councilors. You've been up to see me. Phil's been up there. That guy ran. We're still waiting to finish. But and Tim and everybody, I can't thank you guys for enough. But it's been a long haul.
Thank you, sir.
I'd like to say thank you too. We appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Yeah, Judy's a quiet one. But thank you so much, and it's a pleasure being here. And never expected this. Never expected to see my picture on the front page of the paper.
Well, if everybody would like to continue, I read part of the article, but it really was a beautiful article with beautiful pictures. It was just a few days ago in the Enterprise, so it was really a great article. So thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Good luck. Happy retirement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, and good luck with you guys.
Well, let's take a quick recess. So And we're back on. Agenda item number 1, Mr. Clerk.
Item 1, we have the acceptance of the minutes of the April 8th, 2024 City Council meeting.
That'll be accepted and placed on file.
Item 2, we have the acceptance of the minutes of the April 11th, 2024 Special Joint Convention meeting.
That too shall be accepted and placed on file.
Mr. President,
Councilors,
I'd like to take a motion to take item number 3 under suspension of the rules and act on it this evening.
Second.
a motion has been properly made and properly second. All those in favor of taking item 3 out of
Under suspension.
under suspension? All those opposed? It carries. Mr. Clerk, number 3, please.
Item number 3, we have the promotions of the following police officers. To the rank of sergeant, we have Officer Jason Ford, Officer Lucas Pedro, Officer Richard Colon, Officer Mark Duhamel, Officer Nicole Anderson. And to the rank of lieutenant, we have Sergeant Matthew Graham, Sergeant William Carpenter, Sergeant William Stafford. And I believe the chief is here.
Madam Chief, if you want to come up and just say a couple words or whatever, how long your speech is.
Wow. Good evening, councilors. Mr. President, thank you for having us tonight. I respectfully request the approval of the 3 lieutenants and the 5 sergeant promotions before you this evening. The promotions reflect the dedication and hard work demonstrated by these officers here. Each individual has shown leadership qualities, professionalism, and a commitment to serve in our city. First is Officer Jason Ford. To Sergeant, Officer Ford has been with the department for 20 years. His current assignment is uniform patrol. He's a U.S. Army veteran with 27 years of service and the recipient of a Purple Heart. Officer Lucas Pedro, the police sergeant. Officer Pedro has been with the police department for 12 years. His current assignment is the Criminal Investigations Division. Officer Richard Colon, to Sergeant. Officer Colon has been with the department for 12 years. His current assignment is the Criminal Investigations Division. He is a U.S. Navy veteran, serving for 4 years. Officer Mark Duhamel, to Police Sergeant. Officer Duhamel has been with the Police Department for 7 years. His current assignment is the Uniform Patrol Division, and he's one of our background investigators. Officer Nicole Anderson, to Police Sergeant. Officer Anderson has been with the Police Department for 15 years. Her current assignment is School Resource Officer. Sergeant Matthew Graham, to Police Lieutenant. He's unable to make it here this evening. However, Sergeant Graham has been with the Police Department for 18 years. His current assignment is the Criminal Investigation Division. He is a U.S. Army veteran, serving for 6 years. Sergeant William Carpenter, to Police Lieutenant. Also unable to make it today. Sergeant Carpenter has been with the Police Department for 18 years. His current assignment is Internal Affairs Division. He is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, serving for 5 years. And Sergeant William Stafford, to Police Lieutenant. Sergeant Stafford has been with the Police Department for 15 years. His current assignment is Uniform Patrol Division. He is a U.S. Air Force veteran, serving for 6 years. I'm confident that the officers before you this evening will continue to serve our community and residents with distinction and honor in their new roles. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Madam Chief. Councilors, the question comes to us by a roll call to move this item forward. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Draincourt?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Minicello?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
10 in the affirmative.
The
Mr. President?
Yes, sir, Mr. Clerk. Well, hold on a second. The motion carries. Mr. Councilor Lally.
Mr. President, I'd motion for reconsideration in the hopes that it fails.
Second.
Second.
A motion for reconsideration with hopes that it fails has been properly made in second. All those in favor of reconsideration? All those opposed? Reconsideration fails. Congratulations, gentlemen and ladies. For some pictures.
I'll take care, yeah, just let me know. No problem, Dave.
We are back on. Mr. Clerk, number 4, please.
Item number 4, we have the reappointment of Mr. Miles Jackson of Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Building Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending April 2027.
Be referred to the Committee on Finance.
We have the reappointment of Mr. Ryan Burke of Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Building Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending April 2027.
That, too, will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
We have a communication from the Chief of Police requesting the following officers be promoted as they are the top-ranked candidates on the attached promotional list. Officer Jason Ford, Officer Lucas Pedro, Officer Richard Colon, Officer Mark Duhamel, Officer Nicole Anderson, Sergeant Matthew Graham, Sergeant William Carpenter, and Sergeant William Stafford.
That will be accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor recommending the same.
That, too, accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor reappointing Mr. Miles Jackson of Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Building Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending April 2027.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor reappointing Mr. Ryan Burke of Brockton, Mass. to the War Memorial Building Board of Trustees for a 3-year term ending April 2027.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize a transfer of $337,500 from Cable Revolving Fund to Mayor Cable Access, $337,500. This transfer will be used to restore funds to cover city obligated expenses.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
That, too, is accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the transfer of $500,000, from Treasurer's Debt $500,000, from Treasurer's Debt Interest Short-Term Notes to Treasurer Medicare Tax $450,000, Treasurer Personal Services Non-Overtime $50,000.
That will be accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
That, too, will be accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the transfer of $100,000 from auditor mail postage, $50,000, from auditor full-time salaries non-overtime, $43,000, from auditor goods and supplies, $7,000, to auditor purchase of service, $100,000.
Accepted and placed on file.
From the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the mayor in accordance with the general laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 44, recommending that the City Council authorize the increase of the refuse fees from $70 per quarter to $100 per quarter. The increase in the quarterly collection fee will allow for a positive impact on the retained earnings of the enterprise fund and will assist in the prevention of a financial deficit.
That will be accepted and placed on file.
Communication from the CFO relative to the same.
Accepted and placed on file.
Unfinished business. Item 18, we have an ordinance creating a revolving fund pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and 1/2 for the Transportation Program Revolving Fund, permitting funds to be expended consistent with purposes for transportation of residents ages 60 and older in the city of Brockton. In City Council, February 12, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Ordinance. That report was favorable. In City Council, April 8, 2024, passed to a third reading by a hand vote.
The question comes to us for ordination by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Durancourt?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Minicello?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
10 in the affirmative.
The ordinance is ordained.
Item 19, ordered that the following named sum be and the same is hereby transferred as the same was submitted by the mayor as follows. Transfer of $100,000 from Parking Authority retained earnings, $100,000, to Parking Authority Capital Project Fund, $100,000. These funds will be used for the purchase of a new vehicle for the department, as well as new parking meters that have been damaged over the past year. In City Council, April 8th, 2024, read and referred to the Standing Committee on Finance. That report was favorable.
The question is on adoption by a roll call. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Azak?
Yes.
Durancourt?
Yes.
Farwell?
Yes.
Griffin?
Yes.
Lally?
Yes.
Minicello?
Yes.
Nicastro?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Texera?
Yes.
Thompson?
Yes.
10 in the affirmative.
And the order is adopted.
Mr. President,
Council Lally.
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider this item in the hopes it does not prevail. I was contacted. This is some of the purchases are a time-sensitive matter.
Second.
A motion has been properly made in second for reconsideration in hopes that it does not prevail. All those in favor of reconsideration? All those opposed? Reconsideration fails. 20.
Item 20, an ordinance amending Chapter 8, Section 8-9 of the revised ordinances of the City of Brockton. The following language: the fee shall be increased to $280, billed at $70 4 times per year, shall be replaced with the fee shall be increased to $400, billed at $100 4 times per year.
Refer to the Committee on Finance. On Ordinance, sorry. Apologies, Ordinance.
Item 21, ordered that the following name sum be and the same is hereby transferred as the same was submitted by the mayor as follows. Transfer of $337,500 from Cable Revolving Fund to Mayor Cable Access. This transfer will be used to restore funds to cover city-obligated expenses.
This will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
Item 22, ordered that the following name sum be and the same is hereby transferred as the same was submitted by the mayor as follows. Transfer of $500,000 from Treasurer's Debt Interest Short-Term Notes, $500,000, to Treasurer Medicare Tax, $450,000, Treasurer Personal Services Non-Overtime, $50,000. This transfer will be used to cover union contractual agreements.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
Item 23, ordered that the following name sum be and the same is hereby transferred as the same was submitted by the mayor as follows. Transfer of $100,000 from Auditor Mail Postage, $50,000. From Auditor Full-Time Salaries Non-Overtime, $43,000. From Auditor Goods and Services, $7,000. To Auditor Purchase of Services, $100,000. This transfer will be used to cover unanticipated auditing expenditures for the remainder of fiscal year '24.
Refer to the Committee on Finance.
And
I believe
I have a late
a
file.
couple of late files.
I have just,
Councilor Cash.
President, I make a motion to accept a late file.
Second.
A motion has been properly made and properly second to accept the late file. All those in favor? Anyone opposed?
Thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
be it resolved by the Brockton City Council to invite Matthew Stanton, chairperson of the Brockton Beautification Committee, or his designee, to appear at a meeting of the Finance Committee to discuss Keep Brockton Beautiful Day, which has been scheduled by Mayor Sullivan to take place on Saturday, May 18th, 2024, throughout the city of Brockton.
That will be referred to the Committee on Finance. Then we have another one from Council Farwell.
No, that's put off for now. That's it. That's all I have.
Well, councilors, any moments of personal recognition? Mr. President. Councilor Minicello, Nicastro, and then Griffin.
I just want to remind people that we have an economic subcommittee meeting, economic development subcommittee meeting this Wednesday, the 24th at 6 o'clock here in the City Hall chambers, City Council chambers.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Nicastro.
Thank you. I'm hosting a Ward 4 meeting this week on Wednesday, April 24th. It will be from 6:30 until 8 at the Davis School in the cafeteria, and that's located on Plain Street. At this time, my scheduled speakers are Clerk Timothy Cruz and Ms. Jasmine Brazier from the Mayor's office. And everyone is invited, but especially Ward 4 residents, please join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Nicastro. Councilor Griffin.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Tuesday, April 30th, at 7 o'clock, Father Bills is going to be having a meeting at the headquarters at 460 Belmont Street, concerning the possibility of them building 31 additional units at the Roadway Hotel, Roadway Inn. I want everybody to come from Ward 3. I know there's been a lot of questions directed towards me. We can flush things out that night and see if that's really a project that we want or need in Ward 3. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else? Well, Councilors, just for planning purposes, I just want to announce that we are going to hold our budgetary hearings during the month of June, starting on the 17th, 18th, and 19th, and 20th. As we have discussed on several occasions, we're actually going to have a whole solid day to discuss the schools and have the department heads from the various departments within the school come to us so that they see the functionality of the budget hearings that they should adhere to as well. We're going to try to be as light as we possibly can in some days, so we're not here until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to work with our more than prepared clerk to help us with this process. But this just so that, for planning purposes, you can put that on your calendars, knowing that 17, 18, 19, and 20. By then, we should have all the books from both the schools and the city side as well for us to do our due diligence in the jobs that we are intended to do.
Great. Mr. President, is that a 6 o'clock, 6:30 start time? Do we know?
I think we'll probably start at 6, I
We're
think.
probably going to start at 6, so we can actually, make up some time in the front of the day versus the back end of the night.
Reasonable. Thank you.
Mr. President, just point of information that was brought to our attention. The 19th is a holiday, so it's Juneteenth.
June
Did I
19th.
just say OS?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's just at least plan on the 17, 18, and the 20 for
Fine.
now.
Okay.
And if worse comes to worse, we have to do 21, which would be the Friday as well.
Okay.
But we're going to do what we can to make sure we get the city finances in order to make sure we're heading in the right direction. Anything else? Hearing nothing else that is of benefit to the residents of the city of Brockton, this meeting is adjourned.